Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whenever it is you're tuning in. Welcome to Ticket Price.
Oh, shit. I'm breaking stuff.
Shit. The only show on the internet that asks the question that matters. Are these movies worth the ticket price? In other words, are they worth your time and money? And how's your microphone, Chief?
Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Instant karma's a bitch.
No doubt.
Oh, with you as always, I am the co-host and voice of the show. My name is Jake. With me as always, co-host extraordinaire and the only man that thinks environmentalism
Environmentalism?
You're going to have to edit all this out now because I just got distracted by your mic and I forgot.
Did you just have a moment? His dial-up internet is not working.
Yeah, but now you can play the T-Rex game. Boop. Boop. Oh,
you do not seem to be connected.
Oops.
To the internet.
Ooh, it's night now. The only man that thinks that environmentalism is a scam. Tevis at Master Control. Tevis, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. Had a great day. Kind of okay day. Okay, it was a shitty day. But I'm fine.
You want to talk about it?
No, not at all.
We can talk about it.
Okay, so, when I was 4.
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Oh, okay. No, I'm doing well.
Okay.
How are you doing today? You doing okay? You hanging in there?
Barely.
Your forehead's awful shiny today. I didn't know if you were a little.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's how we're gonna play it, huh? That's
My eyes.
That's
That was so mean. I'm so sorry.
You know, my wife texted me a picture today, and it was like
of Megamind.
Yes, choke, you bastard! Choke, choke on it.
I think I swallowed a bug. I'm so sorry.
Welcome to episode 93. What will be the last episode of Ticket Price?
Oh God. Okay. I'm sorry. Your wife sent you a text?
It doesn't matter.
Today?
I don't even care. It was also a forehead joke.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
What was it?
So it was a picture of two like McDoubles. But one, the bun was all creased and crumpled, and it was like women after collagen injections and this serum and that, and lotions and skin cream. Guys after using the same shampoo they use for their hair, face, and balls. And it's like perfect and smooth. And she sends it to me, just goes, "That's your forehead." I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
I have a full head of rich dark hair. I have a wrinkleless face. Excuse me for aging beautifully. Surrounded by jealous ass cocksuck mother.
Oh God, I'm dying.
Please die.
I'm so sorry.
Die, you bastard. Just give up the ghost.
Oh.
Don't choke, because I'm not giving you the Heimlich.
Oh.
Don't choke. You get no help down here.
Hell. Okay. Moving on.
We are at episode 93.
That's awesome.
Today we are going back and looking at the 2023 Netflix movie.
That's not awesome.
Leave the World Behind.
Netflix.
Hey, what are the odds it's as bad as Under Paris?
No, it can't be. It can't be. It can't be, can it?
So let me ask you this. don't count this movie.
Okay.
So we don't give away content. Not counting this movie. Have you ever watched a Netflix original film and gone, man, that was something?
You know, I give Netflix a lot of shit because they give us a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But I actually went through and was looking at some of the original films, and there were a couple that were really good. The Ritual, if you've never watched that, it's
No.
about 4 friends that are trekking through I think they're in the Netherlands or somewhere, but it's a horror movie.
Is it like Midsummer, where it gets real like Wicker Man kind of?
A little bit, but it's so fantastic. The other one is Rebel Ridge.
Okay.
It has Don Johnson in it as a kind of a corrupt sheriff. That is a fantastic movie. But the other ones that I've watched that I enjoyed, like The Highwayman with Woody Harrelson and Fishman, Yellowstone. What's his name? Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. I was like, Fishman.
Yeah, Fishman. That one was good, but would I revisit it? No.
The Killer was
The
that
Killer
was Netflix, right?
Yeah, it was good, but would I revisit it? No.
No.
The Irishman, I enjoyed it, but it was almost 4 hours long.
I was gonna say, isn't that the 4-hour Scorsese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would I revisit it? No, because I don't have an extra 4 hours where I'm not doing anything. But for everyone that is good, it seems like we get 10 that are just complete shit. So, meh.
Well, I want to take a minute and pause here
Okay.
because I meant to do it, and then you just completely. First, I just had a complete mental reboot and forgot where I was, and all space and time ceased to exist for a few seconds. Then you mocked my forehead. Excuse me as I brush the hair out of my eyes. See this here is
Yeah.
not everyone's follically challenged. There's a link below the description of this episode for bingo cards. We're going to give you a minute, crack that open, pick out a bingo card, and play along with us. And then in the comments, let us know if you get bingo. Okay, I think we're there. It didn't take that damn long to get a bingo card.
No, not at all.
Now, Leave the World Behind. Based off the book written by Rumaan Alam. This movie written by Rumaan Alam and Sam Esmail.
Yes.
However,
Okay.
Rumaan Alam did not write the screenplay. They wrote the book.
Oh, okay. I did not know
Meaning that the screenplay was written by our director, Sam Esmail.
Red flag.
Red flag, writer-director.
It's not off to a good start.
No. But it upticks here. Starring Julia Roberts,
Love it.
Mahershala Ali,
Love it.
and
Oh, I love this guy.
and Ethan Hawke.
I like it.
I just wasn't prepared for you to start singing.
Sorry. Love it. I just had a moment.
Okay. Budget. This was a first for me. When I looked up the budget, 3 different sources told me not publicly disclosed. And I thought, what the hell?
Okay.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 3 different sources. I said, okay. Then I looked it up later with your assistance, and we discovered it was made with about 20, right?
Right.
And you don't believe me when I said 3 different sources said that it was not publicly disclosed.
No, I believe you.
The Matrix reset to make me look like a fool.
Those sources just didn't want to let anybody know how much the Obamas paid for this movie.
That could be. That could be.
Which that's kind of weird to me that the Obamas were the
Executive
producers.
Executive producers, Barack and Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say something. We're not there yet. I'll save it.
Okay.
I'll save it. I'm saving it. With one award win, made with an estimated $20 million. Worldwide gross of mind your business. Because it's a Netflix movie and it didn't have a worldwide gross, and For the life of me, I have no idea how to quantify money made for a purely streaming film.
It's kind of weird how they calculate.
I'm willing to bet
That.
Netflix doesn't know how it quantifies.
No, because I don't see a bunch of
Hold on.
subscriptions being renewed or from the release of any film that they put out. But
I'm going to call Steve.
okay, call Steve.
I'm like, Steve.
He's busy loading all those discs.
Disc change.
For
Disc change. Disc change.
Poor Steve.
With 1 award win and an additional 12 nominations, but nothing,
Nothing outstanding.
no.
Okay.
Or bad even. It's just, yep, there they are.
Okay.
Which brings us to the big question, Tevis. What is your history with Leave the World Behind?
I have no history with this movie. I have never watched it. I had it in my watch list for a while before I canceled my Netflix, and it was one of those that just sat there. I don't know. I thought it kind of sounded cool, but I didn't know anything about it. I kind of thought it might have been like a zombie type of end of the world type thing.
Can we pause there for a second?
Sure.
I don't want to talk about it now necessarily, but I want to just introduce the topic.
Okay.
This film is advertised as an apocalypse movie.
Yes.
Families undergoing whatever it is they go through at the start of an apocalypse. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
I think even the Netflix blurb uses the word apocalypse.
I'd have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Okay, I just want to.
Yeah.
You may continue.
But no, I never ever pulled the trigger on watching this, and then we pulled it from the hat. Had to resubscribe to Netflix.
You got that monkey on your back again.
I got the low subscription, the $6.99.
The one with commercials.
With commercials.
You can't get half the content.
Yeah, that's so dumb. But whatever, Netflix.
Wasn't the whole point for us paying for streaming so we didn't have commercials?
Yeah, but then they're like, you know what? We can make more money and jab these motherfuckers.
But see, what they're going to do is they're going to go all the way back to charging so much and still having so many ads that someone is going to come up with the idea of what if there was a device that people could buy and it plug into their home and they pay a flat rate to get access to all the different networks. And like each network would have like its own station or like maybe it's like its own channel, like YouTube.
Oh,
like
yeah.
channels, right?
Yeah.
So you would have channels. And then
I
you
love
could
it.
like flip through the different channels to the different stations and see what the different individual networks have going on.
So would you have to subscribe to any of these specific channels?
No, that's the thing. You don't have to subscribe to anything. The flat rate you pay gives you access to all of them.
Holy shit. And you could have specific channels that just deal with like football and then just news.
Yeah,
Weather.
Yep.
You could have a music channel.
It won't have music on it.
No, of course. Why the fuck would you do that? I mean, it's so stupid. Dumb.
But like, maybe you got kids at home. There's going to be specific kid-friendly channels.
So there's like a network that just shows cartoons?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
When the sun goes down at like 11 o'clock and everyone's in bed, and there's going to be adult-only channels.
Hell yeah. After midnight.
Nothing too graphic.
No,
because it's still, know.
Just a lot of boobs and grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sensual grinding.
Then you could have like the hardcore channels, but those you have to subscribe to because it's all blurry and wavy. So you have to subscribe to it to get rid of the blurry and the wavy.
Yeah, but I kind of like the blurry and the wavy.
I did too.
It adds to it.
I do too. I like that idea.
It makes it feel dirty and raw.
Yeah, it's like trying to solve a puzzle. Like, did I just see a boob?
Oh, wait. Oh, God, balls! Balls! But no, I think at some point in our lifetime, streaming is going to get so too big for its britches and lose the plot on the idea behind it. We're going to circle back to cable.
I think we're kind of almost there because every single channel and every single movie company has their own streaming service now. It's ridiculous.
If you want access to everything, it's going to cost as much or more
Yes.
than cable.
It's dumb. It's so dumb. I mean, I don't need a Paramount only streaming service. I don't need an NBC Peacock only streaming service.
Especially when half of them, Peacock, don't work.
Yeah.
You ever try to watch anything on it? It's horrible.
It's awful. I canceled my Peacock subscription and they're like, hey, we'll give you like 6 months of it for $1.99 a month. Okay, I'll keep that. And then once that's done, I'm just going to cancel the sumbitch. And
then they're going to be like, wait a minute. For a year, $2.99.
Yeah. For the less than the price of a cup of coffee. Sold.
We're going to get back to cable, though, just as
Yeah.
the streaming's going to F up. And
oh, yeah. They're going to screw up a good thing.
Okay. My history with Leave the World Behind, I have none. I'd never heard of this movie.
Oh.
At all. Didn't know it existed.
Okay.
Drew it from the hat, and I went, there's a movie with Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, and Ethan Hawke? Cool, I'll watch that.
Yeah, sign me up.
Here we are. So that's about, short and sweet. There it is. So Tevis, other than the red flag of writer-director, are you ready to get into this?
Let's start leaving the world behind.
All right. We see Julia Roberts' character.
Already, I have a thing.
I have not finished a sentence.
I know.
I didn't even introduce the character's name.
I know. You missed the establishing shot of Earth. I'm sorry. I absolutely love this opening with the dark side of the earth and the sun coming up over it and the light just taking over, and it's so cool. It's so cool. When I was in college, I have a digital animation degree, and I did 2 projects that included doing an animated Earth in space thing, and it's fucking hard to get all of it to look right and the light to come on properly. And when I saw this, I was just so fucking jealous.
Those A students.
God damn, people getting paid to do good work. No, it looks cool. It looks so damn good.
Sure.
So anyway,
what was the point of the shot?
it's an establishing shot.
What's it establishing?
Where our story takes place. On Earth.
We couldn't have pieced that together by the humans.
I don't know.
Okay.
You know, when you don't know why they do something.
Yes. Like why they made a prequel to it or
Yeah.
a thing.
Ugh. But this establishing shot looks cool, so that's the only reason I needed to do it, because it looks cool.
I didn't realize they went to the Lucy School of Filmmaking.
That wasn't a cool movie.
No one said it was.
Are you going to introduce some characters, or what are we doing?
So, we see Julia Roberts playing Amanda, and she is aggressively packing for a vacation.
And her kind of dimwit husband is still in bed.
Her aggressive packing wakes up Ethan Hawke playing Clay, and he is just kind of wakes up. What are you doing? What time is it? What is happening? Which, to be fair, who hasn't woken up in that mindset of like,
oh yeah, why are you up and why are you being so active and why are you doing stuff and you haven't had coffee yet? What's going on? What's happening? Tell me.
So Amanda, while aggressively packing, explains that she hates people and kind of hates her job, and realizes it's been too long since her and the fam went on a vacation. So, while her husband was asleep, she went ahead and booked a vacation at like an Airbnb rental property of sorts, right?
Correct.
And to make sure that Clay couldn't argue it, she booked it while he was asleep, got everyone packed and ready while he was asleep so he couldn't complain about packing, and then just kind of sprang it on him. But also, don't worry, your coffee's on the bedside table next to you. I know how you like it. And he just goes, oh, okay, vacation sounds nice, I guess.
He's a pretty agreeable dude.
Doormat.
Doormat.
He's a very agreeable doormat.
Yes, sometimes he can be.
But hey, they're going on vacation.
How did you feel about the camera zoom on her face? She's looking out the window, she's talking about people, and then the camera just like aggressively kind of zooms in on her. And she turns and she looks at the camera and she's like, I fucking hate people.
Yeah.
It felt very Hitchcock to me.
I guess, but it didn't feel like Hitchcock. It felt like a film student inspired by Hitchcock.
This whole movie.
It was a Hitchcock maneuver done with none of the skill or grace.
This movie has definitely got Hitchcock vibes all over it.
But again, not like true Hitchcock vibes, like someone replicating Hitchcock vibes.
I agree.
And the only thing more egregious than the unnecessary zoom in is the way Julia Roberts says fucking.
It's a little
Forced.
Yeah, it's weird.
It doesn't roll off of her tongue.
No, it's weird.
I'm getting the feeling she doesn't say that word very much in her day-to-day life, because she says it a bunch in this movie. Not like Deadpool a bunch, but like 6, 7, 8 times a bunch.
Not like Neil Page a lot.
But like every time she says it, it's always this big, like she's spitting the word out. Fucking. And you're just, I fucking hate people. And I'm just like, you're not good at swearing, are you? Some people aren't good at cussing, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't do it.
I kind of got that from that, yeah. Felt weird.
This is a weird nitpick to kind of get hung up on, but I was just like, when she first dropped it, I'm like, oh, okay, but like, that sounded weird. And then they just kept giving her F-bombs. I was like, oh, please stop. Please stop this. I don't like this. And then we get title card. Then we get something even weirder than a title card. We get what I can only describe to be an opening credit sequence like from a TV show. I thought I was watching something on AMC.
I didn't have a problem with this.
Okay.
A lot of movies do this.
I thought we had moved away from this.
No, not really. This is I couldn't think of his name for the longest time, but I finally did. Do you know who Saul Bass is?
The name rings a bell.
He did a lot of the Hitchcock stuff. He
Sure.
did the Psycho title sequence, North by Northwest, Vertigo, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. So this is very heavily inspired by Saul Bass. But no, I was thinking about it too, because a lot of movies have done the title card thing with like Godzilla, the 2014 Bryan Cranston, totally wasted. That one did it. X-Men First Class.
Man, I don't remember all these movies doing it.
Yeah, and honestly, I had to go back and double check and look. There's a website called Art of the Title, and it shows all of these different movies that it just shows their title sequence. It's really cool. There's a whole shit ton of them that are super, super cool. But I agree with you. It's not done a whole lot anymore. I miss it. I like it.
Really?
I do. The only thing I didn't like about this one is the music they picked to go with it. It felt very Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse to me.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem to fit what they were trying to go with.
I don't know. To me, just how it went, oh, I'm watching a TV show and we're wasting time in our movie.
I think a lot of them too do it at the end. Like I know a lot of the Marvel movies do them at the end now.
Yeah, that's fine.
This title sequence thing, but
yeah, ending credits is fine.
no, I like it. I think
Opening credits, let's get to the shit. We got things to do.
it's also telling a story.
No, this did not tell a story.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
It did too.
What story?
It was giving you details of everything that was happening, like because it would show images of the planes and then images of the flag upside down. There was.
It also had a lot of just shapes.
Yeah, they would switch back and forth.
Patterns.
And some of that I'm like, what? But it felt very James Bondish at times.
Yeah.
But no, I liked it. We need more of this.
I don't know if we do.
I like the motion graphics of it.
I don't think we do.
Yes, we do.
Maybe we should go back to using outhouses too.
That's all right. Be all right with that. Except in the wintertime.
Shitty opening credit sequence. Now, we see the family in the car driving to their vacation destination as they're all fumbling with their various technologies. We've got Clay driving, fighting with the radio, looking for something to listen to. Amanda's in the passenger seat reading a book on her Kindle or whatever it is.
She's on the phone. She's talking to somebody on the phone.
Oh, is that okay? Yeah, she's on the phone. The son, Archie, is playing a video game, and the daughter, Rose, is watching Friends.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh yes, everyone's using technology. I see where we're going here.
And it's spot on to what we are right now.
Okay.
Everybody is too busy looking at their devices.
You're so old. So what about back in the day when Dad was driving and listening to baseball on the radio and Mom was reading a book or knitting or something in the passenger seat and the kids were just told to shut up and occupy themselves in the back and no one's talking? How is that any different?
It's different because we're so reliant on all of this shit that, and this movie touches on this, that if any of these devices go out, some of us are screwed.
Sure.
Like Clay, that man can't read a map. No. I'm 100% sure he doesn't.
Oh, no, not chance.
He wouldn't even be able to unfold a map.
Well, yeah, but no one can refold a map.
That's cool. Yeah, no, you just crumple it up into a ball and throw it in the glove compartment and just never open it.
You shut the glove box before it opens.
You have
again.
to push it in and shove it and move your hand out real fast. But it's like, and what's her name? Rose. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The daughter.
Her TV show stops and it won't play because I think they lose internet or something. They're in a dead spot. And she's just completely screwed. She can't watch anything. We're so reliant on these devices to help us out for day-to-day things that we kind of lose the ability to do things on our own.
This is the same argument we go through every century. These goddamn automobile carriages will never replace the horse. They will never replace the horse.
Absolutely different.
Or no, it's the same. It is the same thing.
Absolutely different.
Technology, human advancement pushes forward and it antiquates the previous generation of stuff. And the people who remember that previous generation is like, no, things were better when we shit outdoors and you don't even know how to dig a proper shithole. What are you going to do when your toilet backs up and you have to shit in the yard? You don't know how to dig the hole. No one cares. Oh, your calculator. Well, you're not going to have access to a calculator in the real world. You better learn the abacus. No one cares.
You know what? That is a valid argument, but this is just totally different. Like, we have our banks are all digital now. Nobody carries cash. So if something like this happened from this movie, we would be screwed.
Goddamn paper money is ruining the country. We should have stuck to the gold standard and been caught walking around with our coinage, with our gold coinage. Old Jerry Lynn has got his bag of gold he found out of the river. That's proper money, not this paper garbage. It's the same
Different.
thing.
It's different.
What if there's a fire and all your money just burnt up? It's the same thing.
Nope, totally different.
Okay.
Totally different.
Old man yells at clouds. No, go on.
Come on, youngin. Let's get this apocalypse moving.
Oh shit. I do get your point. I just wish this is already a tired trope and it's not that old.
Yeah.
And also this wasn't that well done.
I get it. It is kind of a tired thing, but
maps. My day, we didn't have maps. We knew how to measure the stars and the movement of the sun to tell us where we were and what direction we were going. Without your precious compass, you couldn't even tell which way was north. Where's the Big Dipper? Huh? Where's the North Star? Huh? It's the same thing.
a little bit, yeah. But have you ever been in a spot where you can't get internet access?
Yes.
And then you have to, like, let's say you want to look up your bank account and see how much money you got.
No.
And you're like, fuck, I can't. Oh, well, crap. Okay. Or your GPS doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn it, I don't know where the hell I am.
Yeah, but I can figure it out.
Yeah, but it sucks.
Well, yeah. A lot of things in life suck.
Yeah. But, and let's say, like, on a fucking cloudy day or a rainy day and you're upstairs, you're trying to watch a movie, and then all of a sudden the fucking internet goes out. And you're like, God damn it.
Well, you know what we do? Before we had kids, I would have a lot more sex when that happened. Now that we have kids, I appreciate that my wife and I thought ahead, and we have a considerable board game collection.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, our closet? Like, we have 2 shelves of just board games. Some for the whole family, some more for just the adults, like Cards Against Humanity style kind of stuff. Yeah. Honestly, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, shit's out. We should just talk.
Fuck all that.
No, I get your point, but I'm sorry. If you're Clay and you're just so bad at being a human being, I don't care.
And that's another point of this movie. Other people don't care about other people.
True. What are we talking about?
We're talking about this movie.
All right. Now we get another. It's not a title card. It's a chapter card. What would you call this?
I don't know. Was it The House?
So a big placard takes over the screen that says Part 1, The House.
The interview.
Oh my God, I didn't even put that together. It's The fucking Shining.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's Kubrick.
Yeah.
That explains the moon stuff.
Yeah. With Ruth had the NASA shirt on later on.
Totally fake. It's all fake.
Yeah. Because didn't Danny have wasn't NASA shirt?
The Apollo, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I seen her with that Apollo shirt on, I'm like, Shining.
Fake moon landing. Obviously. Idiots. But no, what was this like chapter title thing?
I don't know.
Part 1,
I didn't
House.
like that.
Okay. Title card, opening credits, whatever. Done right. Maybe it has its place. Maybe it doesn't. This is pointless. Part 1, The House.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So they get to the house, and we see everyone just kind of goes about doing their own thing, and then we follow Amanda, and then we get a music video?
Yeah, was she going through the house looking around and she gets to
but
the
she's
bedroom?
like half dancing and the camera's making weird movements and she's just flowing throughout the property doing a weird white girl dance to some shitty song I've never heard of.
The camera movements.
Questionable.
They were okay to a point, but it got so bad. I was just like, just have a fucking static shot for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to constantly make the camera float in and out and up and down and turn these weird angles, and it got annoying really fast.
The camera guys were really enjoying their jobs on this shoot.
Yeah. It got so annoying.
And then the music just made it worse because again, now it's like, oh, it's like a music video.
Yeah.
But everyone's getting comfortable as they arrive at this really nice beachfront vacation house. Amanda's like, all right, everybody get comfortable. I'm going to run to the store and get some groceries. She goes to the store, and while loading the car, she sees a redneck-looking man loading his truck with canned goods and bottled water, and
You could tell he was a prepper.
he's a prepper.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise Kevin Bacon.
I totally forgot he was even in this. And he was in the title card.
Yeah.
But I apparently missed it. But when I saw him, I was like, is that Kevin Bacon?
Yep, sure was.
And then we don't see him. And I kept thinking, is this like his Planes, Trains, and Automobiles cameo? He's just there for
But
a
honestly,
few minutes.
He did more in that cameo than he does in this sequence.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Because at least in that, he chased down a cab.
Yeah, he had a race with.
In this, he lifted a package of water and put it in a truck. And that was it.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll take Kevin Bacon any way I can get Kevin Bacon.
But she sees a doomsday prepper, and that kind of weirds her out. Apparently, she's never been to a Walmart or a Sam's Club.
She doesn't look like a Walmart shopper.
No, but I bet she loves Target.
Yeah, but she's got to go to the super Target on the outside of town.
The big one?
Yeah, yeah.
She loves a weekend at IKEA.
Oh, absolutely. With a Starbucks as she's walking around. Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's the definition of a Karen.
Yeah, absolutely. Pumpkin spice,
Peppermint mocha, whatever seasonal flavor, whatever else there is. So the family goes to the beach, and they're all having a great time. And honestly, I'm surprised we didn't get more like, oh, they're outside and it's beautiful, but they're that goddamn technology. No, they're actually like I was expecting like, oh, there's Archie noodling on his PSP, and but no, they were actually like playing.
PSP.
That's what it was.
Was it?
Or whatever iteration of the DS, I guess.
I was like, PSP hasn't been around since. I don't even know.
Oh, like 2012 or
Was
something.
Yeah, how long was that a thing?
Well, because then it came out, it had a sequel. There was a 2. What was it, Vita?
Oh, that's right.
And then that was the end of that.
Yeah, I never. No.
But he wasn't playing like a Switch.
Yeah, I don't know.
It wasn't a DS, I don't think.
Maybe it was like that old football handheld thing with the dots.
Because then you wouldn't be bitching about it. You'd be like, I had 6 of those.
I did have those.
Old.
Those were great. All you had to do was put batteries in it. And
yeah, 16 of them. Actually, real talk.
16 Ds. That motherfucker was heavy. That's how you know it was a good quality thing.
It needed D batteries.
You had to carry that thing around with a fucking dolly.
It doubled as a personal protection device.
Absolutely.
Columbus.
The doomsday device. That's where Kevin Bacon was hiding. Yeah.
Inside the battery
of it.
compartment. It doubled as a fallout shelter. Actually, I had a Game Gear growing up.
What's a Game Gear?
So there was Game Boy.
Yeah.
Well, there was a Sega Game Gear.
Okay, I don't remember that.
Full color. Higher bit graphics. But it lost to Game Boy. Because Game Boy took 2 AA's. Game Gear, with the technology, was about yay big and took 8
Jesus.
because the technology couldn't efficiently run full color at that time. That's why Nintendo didn't go color. Because they were like, yeah, technology, we can do it, but it's not cost effective.
I did not know
And Game Boy ended up, that's one of the reasons, that and Pokemon.
I was never a handheld video game guy.
Pokemon. No, you want to know why handheld game market exists?
Pokemon. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's like DS had, 75 different versions of Pokemon games?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No, Pokemon's cool. You're just old. Your penis doesn't work. Blue Chew. Bro, speaking of penis not working, throw to our sponsor. No, we're not sponsored. But they're
be sure to enter the code TicketP and get 25% off your order.
TPJT.
Where are we at?
The beach.
Oh, yeah.
And all of a sudden they look at, I think it's Rose, looks out in the water and she's like, hey, there's a boat.
Yeah, she seems to be the only one that's aware of her surroundings.
Yes.
It's because her TV show won't play, so she has to actually pay attention.
Her primary distraction quit out first.
Yes.
And so she's actually looking around.
Yeah, she's enjoying nature.
And she goes, hey, there's a boat. And then the family watches this boat and they're and then at one point they're like, hey, that's getting closer. Should we do something? And when they say it's getting closer, we look up, that boat is bearing down on their asses. Yes. And then that's when Clay's like, no, it'll stop. I mean, it has to.
Eventually.
Because, there's never been a thing called an accident before, you numbnuts.
I absolutely love this part.
So, boat careens into the beach.
Looks so good.
It does look good.
Man.
And it's a big oil tanker ship.
Yeah, what was it? The White Lion was what it was. Sure, the name of the ship, I think.
Whatever.
But yeah, it's a huge, huge boat.
The family scoops up all their shit and they just book it. Yeah.
And I absolutely love that the boat is bearing down on them this way. So they run that way instead of the Prometheus school of fucking running from something.
Just about to say they didn't go full Prometheus.
They'd never go full
That
Prometheus.
Is the most egregious example. At least Indiana Jones was in a hallway and he had no alternative.
Yeah, and if he would have veered to the left, if he even could have, that boulder would have blocked the exit. He wouldn't have been able to get out.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had to go. What was her?
Oh no, I'm being chased by a giant donut.
Oh, I better run the same direction it's going. Oh
God. Okay, that whole saga of the Alien movie franchise sucks.
Prometheus is
Covenant.
Off. I've watched all of them again recently. My ranking changed. Alien 3 went way down, but Covenant went way up.
Yeah,
honestly.
Now, Alien 3 is the one with Ron Perlman.
No.
It's got the guy.
Resurrection.
It's got the guy in the wheelchair.
No, that's.
He's like, what are you going to do? Scan the chair?
No, that's Alien Erection. Resurrection. Sorry. Blue Chew.
Promo code TPJT.
But no, Prometheus is down there just barely above Resurrection.
Okay.
It's awful. I hated it.
Yeah. So the ship crashes into the beach. It does look good. And then what did they say? Wow, that was crazy. Who wants Starbucks?
And they're all taking pictures of it.
Yeah.
The people. I went and I looked at a visual effects breakdown of different
corridor
scenes of the. No.
Okay.
I cannot remember. I'll put a tag of the creator on the YouTube that I watched, the YouTube channel that I watched. But
your laundry's done.
Thank you. It sings to me when it's done.
How nice.
I know, it's lovely. Lovely little tune. I just wish I could hook it up to the internet and I could download different songs, that would be fantastic. See, I like the technology.
How would you survive if your washer stopped working and you had to go back and see? I bet you don't even know how to use a washboard.
I just take it down to the river and beat it with a rock.
See, washboard in my day, we just slap.
I just
slap.
put it on my abs.
Well, I have bad news for you.
Anyway, I was watching a visual effects breakdown of different scenes from this movie, and this was one of them. Because the way that sand looked, I was like, they had to have had something that was actually there plowing up the sand for it to look that good. Nope. It's all fucking digital.
Oh, the things they can do now, because
it's so clean.
I don't know if that's how they did it with this, but a lot of times now they've learned, because they've come so far with fluid animations.
Oh, yeah.
That they were like, high volume sand functions very similarly, and a lot of times you can mask a fluid animation. I don't know if that's what they did here, but that is a common approach. But now with smoke and dust and the billion upon billion tiny particle sims that exist, they can do some cool stuff that I don't pretend to understand.
It's so fantastic. I've tried to do some of that shit. Like I've modeled different things. I've textured that model. I've animated that model. To do fluid sims, I'm just like, my brain just glitches. It's like,
strokes out.
Can't figure it out.
Well, white people go to Starbucks.
Well, of course.
Hey, we just had a
near-death experience.
Starbucks time.
Yep.
Nothing will calm you down than a nice grande coffee.
Hell yes.
Question.
Starbucks is overrated? Yes.
No, I don't care about Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
Question. Where was the crew to the ship? Do you think they all mysteriously got eaten by a T-Rex in the hold? Is that what happened?
It was just that one arm.
It was just a severed arm? Yeah.
Holding the steering wheel.
Like, where'd the crew go?
Oh, they're probably on board somewhere, but we don't need to see them.
Eaten by a T-Rex?
Yeah.
No, a ship crashes onto a beach. I 100% want to see some crew doing something.
They probably were a part of the blip.
The blip?
The blip.
The Thanos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apocalypse, end of the world. Blip.
Wait, this was a blip movie?
I'm assuming.
Because that ship had no crew.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
They weren't there.
That's what I'm saying.
They were at Starbucks. I don't know.
I know. I think a T-Rex was in the hold, but somehow got out enough to eat everybody.
But then go back in and slightly close it.
Reseal the hole.
But it wasn't sealed completely because it got caught. It would go up and down.
Yeah.
And then Jeff Goldblum showed up. So.
Surprise Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
So they get back to the house. It's night. Clay and Amanda are talking. When all of a sudden there's a knock at the door.
Yeah, they're playing Jenga.
Yes. Oh, God, I forgot about it. It's in my board game collection, by the way.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. That's what it is. I've had more subtle concussions.
Lucy was more subtle.
No. You know what? I'm going to stop you right there. Nothing is less subtle than Lucy.
You mean the trap with the mouse and the cheese? Because she was the mouse. Did you not get that?
Wait. So the situation that she was forced and she was like walking into a trap?
Yeah, that's Luc Besson was so subtle with his visuals.
My mind is exploding.
the meme.
Oh my God. Knock at the door. Clay and Amanda are kind of freaking out. Well, Clay is pretty meh. Amanda's definitely freaking out. But they answer the door and it's a very well-dressed black man.
And his daughter, we later find out, but a well-dressed woman.
And they explain, or he explains, or tries to. He doesn't get to the point. You think he would host a movie podcast with how much he just doesn't get to the point. But he explains that he is George, the owner of the house that they are renting. They were on their way home from the Philharmonic when something happened in the city. They couldn't get back to their place, so they came here instead because they had nowhere else to go.
Correct.
And asked if they could stay because it's their house.
Yeah.
Amanda believes nothing that he's saying, not a word. And her disbelief made all the worse because George, or GH, his daughter Ruth, is a real snide bitch.
I like her.
You would.
I like her a lot.
You'd probably try to marry her.
She is just straightforward. She's like, no, fuck you. This is our house. Like, fuck you. Plus, Amanda kind of deserves some of that shit.
Agreed. And we're not there yet, but I'll tell you where I just was fully done with Ruth, where I'm like, you know what? I hope something terrible happens to you. I'm not with you anymore. I'm done.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I reached a point where I was like, no, write this bitch off.
I think I might know.
We're not there yet.
So apparently in the book, these two, George and Ruth, they're white.
Okay.
So they changed it for the movie.
Wait. Because it's played on that it's possible that one of Amanda's big issues with George and Ruth is that they are black.
Yes.
So you're telling me that this movie felt the need to unnecessarily add a racial subplot?
Yes. And part of me doesn't know if the reason why they changed it was to add that subplot or that Mahershala Ali tried out for the part and just killed it. And they're like, fuck yeah, we're putting him in this movie.
I'm fine with that. But you could have done that without shoehorning in a poorly done racial subplot.
I agree. And if Mahershala Ali won, if he had to audition for this movie, what the hell are you doing, Mr. Director Writer guy? Just give him the part.
Who needed to audition for this movie?
Ethan Hawke? No.
Julia
Roberts?
No.
No.
The kids, they all know someone. They're related to someone. They were just there.
Yeah, the only one I really didn't care for too much is Archie.
Yeah.
He wasn't bad. He was okay.
Now Rose sucks too.
No, I liked her. I thought she did a really, really good job.
I don't like Rose.
Oh,
like
the character. Oh, okay. No, she was fine. She was okay.
No, acting wise, everyone in this movie does a decent job.
With the exception of Archie.
He's fine.
The actor.
He is our Shelley Duvall.
Yes.
He's not bad. Like, we watched Monster Summer.
Oh, yeah.
We watched Bloodsport.
Yes.
Archie is not bad. He's just totally fine. And absolutely fine.
And
Shelley Duvall levels of fine.
And also, he is in a film with Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, and Ethan Hawke. So, or kind of high.
Anyway, George and Ruth come inside because Clay lets them, and Amanda's just, you never support me, you have my back, and bitch. And I really wish Clay had balls, but if he did, most of this movie wouldn't happen. And George pulls out some keys and unlocks a previously locked cabinet, but it takes him a few tries, so that Amanda immediately thinks he's just lock-picking it.
I like it. He's like, oh, my wife keeps telling me I need to label these, but I never do. And because he's going to give her money to
he's going to reimburse them for their trouble.
Absolutely.
So he's going to give them 50% of what they paid back.
Yes.
For the inconvenience. Have you ever rented property like this?
Oh, have I ever done like an Airbnb?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'd feel weird staying in somebody's house.
My wife loves it, and it is a little weird.
Especially in their no.
But here's the thing: you, as the renter, like the person who owns the property essentially has a profile. And sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly, you're in communication with them. But you get a picture, usually several. You get a name, address if the place you're at isn't a permanent resident. You get a phone number, email, all the contact, and again, multiple pictures. Then when you show up at the place, typically speaking, on like the coffee table or near the fridge, or like the coffee maker, somewhere where they know it's out in the open and people are going to find it. It's usually a little book, and it has like house rules, no smoking, no pets, whatever.
Yeah.
But it also has meet the owner.
Wasn't there rules? Yeah, there was rules.
Yeah.
Because he said the liquor cabinet is off limits, but everything else is.
Yeah, and that thing would have had a photo ID of George.
Oh.
Amanda would 1,000% know who George is.
Okay.
And even I think George mentions, I hate technology because everything's email. If it wasn't for this damn technology, we'd have talked on the phone, despite the fact that talking on the phone is fucking technology, you fucking idiots. I hate this anti-technology bullshit. It's always done wrong. If she didn't recognize him, she would have had within reach access to photo proof. Photo proof also being technology, you fucking idiots.
Okay.
So this whole tense moment is contrived and nonsensical. It would not have happened. And then the racial thing is dumb and poorly done.
So for me, since I've never done any of that Airbnb stuff, I didn't know anything about that. This doesn't bother me so much.
Oh, I couldn't watch this.
Really?
It bugged the shit out of me as someone who has done this multiple times.
Yeah, no, it didn't really bother me so much.
There would have been a picture if nothing else, in the little house rules, there would have been a fucking picture of George, his wife, and Ruth. Like, meet the Millers or whatever their name is.
Yeah.
And you'd been like, oh yeah, that's them.
Yeah. The racial thing, I was just like, really? He's dressed. He looks like $1 million.
Yeah.
Like,
really? This is your house?
I'm like, why are we doing this?
Oh, really? You just came from the Philharmonic, even though you're dressed exactly like someone who would come to who would have left a Philharmonic.
Your clothes cost more than our house. Like, no.
What con man walks around in a tux? Not a suit, a tux.
Exactly.
But whatever. But they come in and racial tension ensues. Scott, that's their name, not Miller. It's George Scott. We learn that there's a gun in the house, and then we see on the TV that because all the power, not power, but all the service went out: cell service, data service, TV service, etc. Wouldn't landlines have still worked?
Who has a landline?
George has a landline. No, he didn't. But Kevin Bacon has a landline.
Kevin Bacon has a landline.
But we learned that there is a national emergency, and that the blackouts are nationwide. Everyone sit tight. Just stay inside.
Is this when we get the map on the TV? It shows all the red and orange and all the outages.
Yes, because that's showing all the power outages.
Yeah. So, did you catch the QR code?
I feel kind of, I mean, not specific, but I was like, oh, there's shit on the screen. I don't.
Yeah, in I think it was like the Indiana area, there was a QR code. And I was like, did I just, what? So I rewound it, took a picture of it, and apparently
technology.
I tried to scan it. I couldn't get it to scan. But so I looked it up, make sure I wasn't crazy. And people, the website that I went to, they're like, oh yeah, if you get the QR code to scan, it'll take you to this website about the Lake Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park. Do you know anything about this?
No.
I didn't either. But apparently, it's an abandoned amusement park, and I'll put a link
Creepy.
in our description to this website if anybody wants to look it up. But here is just the first 3 or 4 sentences of what it's describing. Lake Shawnee Abandoned Amusement Park. There's something unnatural about this Mercer County attraction. A Native American burial ground, violent deaths,
Jesus.
freak accidents. Who knew a simple amusement park could have such a dark past? Explore this creepy, maybe cursed, land. One of the world's most haunted places. Arrange a private tour, join paranormal investigations to ghost hunt, or brave the dark carnival in October. Huh?
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Maybe it's kind of saying that's the direction that this world in our movie is headed, to just being an abandoned city.
That's a stretch. We're stretching.
I know. I don't understand it.
Okay,
so
there's an Easter egg.
If anybody out there has any idea, leave a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. I didn't get it, but what was that? There's a beep.
Do you need to take that?
No.
Didn't you just say you put it on silent?
I did, yeah. Fucking technology is failing us again.
Yeah. That was the problem. Part 2, the curve. God, so typically, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of notes for this movie. Because typically, when I don't have a lot of notes, I'm really engrossed in a film and I forget to write things down. I'm just soaking it in.
Same.
This movie just put me in a stupor.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't write a lot down. But it's not for the typical reason.
I get that.
But this is so Amanda wakes up and her phone has 45 seconds of service. And she sees 4 national emergency alert pop-ups on her phone. One about the blackouts, or one about there is a national emergency. 2, the blackouts are nationwide. 3, remain calm. We believe the blackouts are related to hackers. 4, gibberish.
Yeah,
garbage.
It wasn't in a different language. It was just gibberish, right?
No, yeah, it wasn't a language. It was just pictures.
Yeah, it was almost like just emojis.
Yeah,
all over. Yeah, okay.
Without not actual emojis, but it was just garbage.
Yeah.
And then she lost signal again, so it's like, that's weird. Nothing's working. And essentially everyone kind of decides, all right, time to investigate.
Yes. So this is when kind of everybody splits off and does their own little research.
So Clay gets in the car and goes to town to try to find out what's going on.
Didn't he say he's going to buy a newspaper?
Yeah. Dipshit. So, and then George is going to go visit a neighbor's house, a buddy's house, because he has a satellite phone.
Yes.
And then Amanda and Ruth, the kids are playing, the kids being Archie and Rose. They don't know what's going on. They're just playing by the pool.
Yes.
And so then Amanda and Ruth are stuck together for more bitchy cat fights and racism.
Yeah, because they're hanging out by the pool too.
Yeah.
Because this is when Archie's creeping.
Yeah, but also Ruth knows what she's doing.
Oh, yeah. But Archie's creeping.
Oh, he's creeping way too hard and even, like, air quotes, sneak some pictures of her.
Yeah.
Like, Archie, dude.
Chill out, bud.
You're being... No.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Ruth knew what she was doing.
Oh, 100%.
Like, yes, she put on a bathing suit and went out by the pool. That's fine. But then she's also, like, heavily turning herself and throwing her butt forward in Archie's direction. Like, bitch, come on.
Yeah.
Now, he shouldn't be creeping pictures,
No, you can sneak a peek, but don't take a photo,
Yeah,
you weirdo.
there's a line.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she's just as much to blame.
I disagree. If he wasn't taking pictures, then I'd be like,
I am agreeing he shouldn't be taking pictures, but at the same time, she was trying to elicit a response.
and she got one.
She just didn't like how far he took it.
Absolutely.
Man, I sound like a real asshole right now. Like when she's dressing provocatively. I'm not one of those guys, but like she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
She was trying to elicit a response.
I agree.
Okay. Play gets lost
Of course he
because
does.
that guy sucks at everything.
Yes, he does.
He comes across a woman who needs help but only speaks Spanish. This might be one of the best parts of the whole movie, by the way.
Oh, this little chunk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he ends up like, she's like, you're getting the feeling she's begging for help, but he has no idea what she's saying, and there's no subtitles or anything. So
I'm
unless
glad
you
that
speak
they didn't-
Spanish, we don't know what she's saying.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't
But
put
he's like, I
subtitles in.
just gotta go, and he like leaves her and hauls off without her, and then you see like the guilt racking him.
Yeah, this was really well done. Like, she looked legit traumatized. And Ethan Hawke did a great job. Just the look on his face when he was driving away, he looked like devastated that he was doing what he was doing. But what do you do in this case?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess he could have put her in a car and drove her somewhere, but bring her back to the house. Hell yeah. It's a party.
But just as we see the guilt racking him, he looks up to see a plane coming, and the plane is dropping what looks like some sort of weird red
Mist
or
something.
dust or something. He freaks out, spins the car around, starts flying the other direction as we see the plane getting closer and closer, and he's eventually enveloped in whatever the red. Now, granted, we get to see at the end that it is paper.
Yeah, there's like flyers or leaflets or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the time, we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know what
And I
it is.
kind of wish we didn't see it at the end of that sequence.
Yeah, because you could kind of see it coming over the windshield and
Yeah.
you
Oh,
could
yeah.
see
By
what
the
it
time the
was.
sequence is over, you know it's dropping paper.
Yeah,
And I kind of wish we didn't.
I agree.
Now, George goes to visit Buddy's house to see about that satellite phone. And when he gets there, the house is in real bad shape.
A little wet.
And sandy.
Yeah.
And trash everywhere.
A little bit.
And as he's looking around, he realized it looks like a bomb went off. But the windows and all the stuff, it's not blown out. It's all blown in. He goes out the back door, walks down to the beach, where he spies a watch in the sand, and he picks up the watch, and it's a severed arm. Then we get one of your unnecessary sweeping camera angles, and he looks down, he looks to his left. Fucking Dr. Loomis.
This irritated the hell out of me. Like, he comes up over this hill and he looks down on the beach, and that's when he sees the watch, because the camera's down below. We see the watch in the foreground. He's in the background looking down at it. So he goes down to the watch and he grabs it. When he picks it up, it's a severed arm. He freaks out, falls backwards, and he's laying face to face with a dead body.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then he looks around and there's just plane debris everywhere.
And corpses.
And I'm like, you would have noticed that when you came up over the hill?
Yeah, when you crested the hill. He has the worst tunnel vision. See, what we don't realize is in his service, both of his eyes are wooden, like many a retired pirate.
They had to have been, because this is awful.
Because he like looks to his left and he like looks to his right and there's more. I'm like, you would have seen the level of carnage.
Yeah.
Then he looks up and there's a plane nosediving straight for him. And he runs inside and he's like holding the door. And he's like, ah, and the plane crashes and all the shit blows into the house again.
That was cool.
And then he gets the satellite phone and he tries to use it. And it doesn't work. Part 3, the noise. So all this shit's going on, and George I think, has made it back to the house at this point, but Clay has not. When all of a sudden, an ear-splitting noise, kind of almost like a siren, just emits. And everyone is just screaming, covering their ears, crouched on the floor, just screaming as this brutal sound rocks everyone to their core.
Yeah, and it happens a couple of other times.
At least once more, maybe twice.
We don't ever learn what that was, do we?
No.
I didn't think so.
Kevin Bacon's character makes an allusion to it.
That's right. Okay.
No, we don't get an answer. So I don't remember if it was before or now. At some point, Rose sees a shitload of deer in the backyard. I just want to make mention of it. She sees a shitload of deer in the backyard.
Yeah, it's like nature's being weird.
One of the times the TV turns back on and works, we learn that like animal migration patterns have been screwed up. And somehow this goes on to mean that there are hundreds and hundreds of poorly CGI deer in the backyard. Even though I'm almost positive deer do not group like this.
I'm not sure. I don't know how deer
do not
work.
Group in the hundreds. We have
They don't
never
look like
seen.
They look like a horde trying to take Helm's Deep.
Okay. Bison would migrate like this. How often do you hear about the great deer migration as thousands of deer just take off somewhere?
Well, it's all screwed up.
That's true. It's all screwed up. But after the noise, everyone gets home and there's more racial tension and there's more arguing. And Clay and Amanda decide they're just going to take the family and they're going to leave. Ruth is like, bye. Full curly bill. Well, bye.
Yeah, she doesn't give a shit.
And George is like, guys, you can't. Like, it's not safe. What are you doing? And Amanda's like, well, we're going to take our chances. So they leave and they try to go back to the city. And there's just a huge buildup of cars and the road is blocked. And I told Anna, I said, okay, this is the part where I would just merge onto that nice grassy shoulder and just drive parallel to the road.
Yeah, but we see later that the whole, even up to the bridge, it's completely blocked.
Yeah, but I mean, they can't see that
That's
at that
true.
time.
Yeah.
I'm saying, am I going to sit here in this? No.
Yeah. But this is where Amanda gets out of the car and she goes up to that pile up and notices it's all Teslas and
brand new unpurchased Teslas.
Right off of the lot. Literally still has the sticker on the window. And she notices something. I can't remember what it said, but something about the highway. I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend like I know.
Oh, it was talking about there was a little blurb on the paperwork taped to the window about autopilot, like the self-driving.
Yeah.
That's what self-driving.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. But then that's when it dawns on her. She's like, shit, there's probably more coming. And I like this scene. This was well done. I like this a lot.
And then Clay sees a car coming and he's like, I'm going to go flag him down, see what's going on. And as Amanda looks, she recognizes the car coming as a Tesla.
Yeah, it's a white Tesla, just like every other.
And she starts screaming at Clay to get back in the car.
Yeah.
And they get back in the car and they start driving away from the congestion, where they start narrowly missing another wave of Teslas barreling into the congested road. This is the best part of the movie, right?
This is cool. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very well done. But yeah, they have no other choice. They got to go back.
Is this why Elon is so pro-Trump?
Because
the Obamas very prominently negatively featured his cars in a movie.
I never thought of it that way, but I'm not even going to say. I have thoughts, but I'm not going to. This is a movie podcast.
I was making a joke. Everyone calm down.
Just sit down. Just sit down. It's fine.
And they go back to George and Ruth's because
where
else
else are they going to go? How awkward was this for them?
They knock on the door. George and Ruth are like, the hell? And
They're
they
just
open, and it's like, there they are.
They look like the Ninja Turtles knocking on April's door.
So Clay looks at him and goes, Splinter.
That's what I thought of the whole time. Splinter.
And despite Ruth's objections, George lets them back in. And Clay talks about how he shows them the leaflet they have that says "Death to America" in Arabic on one side, and then a bunch of Arabic writing on the other.
Yeah, and what was it? Was it George who said he? No,
It was Archie. Archie recognized "Death to America" from the game he's playing. He's playing like Counter-Strike or something.
Yeah, but it was
some Call of Duty.
Later, it was Kevin Bacon who said he had a friend who had those leaflets too, and it was from
it was a different leaflet,
different language.
Yeah.
So,
part 4, the flood,
the teeth. Oh, sorry.
No, the flood.
Sorry,
the teeth.
I got ahead of myself.
No, that's this part.
Yeah.
So we have more heart-to-hearts as George and Amanda kind of overcome their differences, and Amanda and Ruth kind of bury the hatchet.
You're ringing?
Do you need to take that?
It's a breaking news alert.
That you still didn't put your phone on silent.
Do that right now. Oh, how do you do this? Hang on, I gotta Google how to put my...
Hey Siri, how do I silence my phone?
Hey, there we go. We're good now.
You said that 3 times. 3 times!
Yeah, but this time I mean it.
While they're having their heart-to-heart, Amanda and George start drinking wine and dancing.
There's a little chemistry going on here.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
I think she's wanting there to be.
No, yeah, so they can play... How do I word this carefully?
Hot wife?
No, I think she wants to role play a very specific scenario involving a master taking advantages.
Wow. I mean, you're not wrong, but yeah.
Thank you. But no, at one point, they're just dancing, and then, like, they're not dancing together. They're just, like, 2 people dancing.
Yeah.
And then she, like, stumbles into him, and she's like, we shouldn't, we're married. I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't what? You're not doing anything. He's not doing anything. No one's doing anything. I've seen more chemistry in an 8th grade dance. And those kids dance 4 feet apart. Or they hug opposite walls.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was nothing. She's like, we shouldn't. We're both married. What are we doing? Is this another meaningless, poorly written, shoehorn subplot that no one gives a shit about?
Yeah, and it goes nowhere.
This movie goes nowhere.
Yeah, I loved that wall of records.
Dope.
So cool.
Real into that.
Hell yeah.
But this sequence was dumb.
That was the best part of the sequence, was the wall of records.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand this part. It was, like you said, it was just kind of put in there for them to have maybe some sexual tension, but it didn't really do anything.
I cannot stress this enough. This might be the least amount of on-screen chemistry I've ever seen in my life.
Was it her dancing?
It was we shouldn't, we're both married. And he was like, we're not? Huh? He didn't even know what she was talking about. That might have just been ad-libbed. And
I don't know. I didn't get it.
Now, is this the part where we see Ruth and George in bed Not like weird, but like they're in bed together and she's complaining about the white people.
Yes.
This is when I was done with her. I was so done with her because so there's a scene where it's more heart to hearts and Clay and Ruth go out by the pool, smoke a J, and just start talking.
Yes.
And we learn that Clay is a college professor. And out of the blue, she just asks him if he has ever slept with one of his students. And he's taken back by this. This might be the first and only time we see some real emotion from him. And he just goes, do I really strike you like that kind of guy? Like, no. So now she's complaining to her dad. And one of the things she said was, she's like, well, and that boy is taking creepy pictures of me by the pool, which is true. And Clay, he wants to fuck me. She says this exact line to her father as they're laying in bed looking at each other. And Clay, he wants to fuck me. And George goes, what? Well, he didn't say it. And he didn't really act like it, but I just know that he wants to fuck me.
Yeah.
And I went, done with this bitch, done with this character.
Yeah.
I hope she dies. Clay has been nothing. He's been nothing.
I mean, that's it right there.
But he's never been anything other than, at worst, cordial to her and her dad.
Yeah.
If she wanted to lay there and bitch about Amanda, I would get it. If she wants to talk about Archie being a creep, I get it. Clay has done nothing to her or towards her. This movie makes no insinuations that Clay is having inappropriate thoughts about her. And she just throws him under this imaginary bus for reasons? Because she even says later in the movie, you can't trust white people.
Yeah, she says it at this moment. And she even says, we're at a point where we can't trust white people. Even mom would agree with me.
Yeah.
So
now we have Amanda.
Her mom's white.
Presumably, but we don't know.
No, we don't ever know. Because she's on a plane.
Yeah.
Probably not anymore.
She did.
Yeah. But with Clay and Amanda has that racial side a little bit.
As does Ruth.
With George and Ruth has that racial side.
Yeah.
And the two men here are trying to be the voice of reason, try to be more sympathetic towards the other group.
They're trying.
Yeah. They're trying to be human beings to each other.
They're the only two characters in this movie who I believe as human beings.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Archie wakes up in the morning. So Archie...
One moment.
Oh, Jesus.
There was a part where Clay and Amanda were in bed, and the kids were laying in bed with them.
Yeah.
And Rose says this thing about watching West Wing, and her mom's like, "You watch West Wing?" And she's like, "Yeah, but only the Sorkin seasons. The other ones are terrible." I never connected so well with a character when she said that, because I was like, fucking A, spot on. Only the first 4 seasons of West Wing are worth a shit.
So it's also while they're in bed, Archie's kind of struck up a fever.
Yes.
Which we see him get bit by a tick in the woods. So we're kind of led to believe that maybe something's happening with that. At least I'm assuming that's what they're leading us to believe. Otherwise, why did they show us a very zoomed in and fairly graphic depiction of him ripping a very bloody tick off his leg?
Yes.
And also that thing was like the size of a nickel.
It's a big tick.
I thought he had a spider on him at first. Jesus.
He's got Spider-Man powers now.
But this is where Rose tells Amanda a story she knows about a man in a boat.
Yes.
What the hell was this?
I've heard this story before, and it was on West Wing.
Okay.
That's where she got it from.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Because my whole time I went, she does not know this story. But also, you know what's also important to note? She tells Amanda this whole story about the man in the boat and how he's praying to God for help. And then, like, what was it?
But he's stuck on a roof and it's a flood.
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
So he prays to God for help. A man on a boat comes by, says, "Hey, get in the boat." And she's like, No, I'm praying to God. God's going to save me. And the water keeps rising. And then somebody else tries to help him. No, God's going to save me. And then he finally dies and goes up to heaven and is like, "What are you doing? What the hell? I thought you were going to save me." And he's like, "I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. What more do you want from me?" So that's the.
Now, I'm like, I don't believe this bit. I don't believe she watched West Wing. I don't believe she knows this story. And what I do know is she missed the point of the story based on her actions. She's using the story as a catalyst for her next part in this film. And it's wrong. And I don't know if Rose doesn't get the story or if the people or if Sam Esmail doesn't get this fucking story.
Okay. I'm going to put the blame on the writer.
Yeah. So they all wake up the next morning and Archie is sick and he starts ripping his teeth out.
This looked damn cool.
Oh, and awful.
Yeah.
Like, not like visually. The special effects were awful. Like, he's like, "Oh, my teeth feel weird." Rip. And I'm like, "Oh!"
Yeah, this was another one of the visual effects breakdowns that I watched. He had like fake teeth and he would pull the caps off, but they would digitally put in the root.
Yeah.
So it looked really cool. But no, it looked fucking painful as hell.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
No.
Archie's having a bad day.
Did a little bit.
And they're like, "Stop pulling your teeth out." He's like, "It feels weird." Rose goes missing because after her man on a roof story, she sets out on her own to get saved. Because, as she puts it, she's tired of waiting for God. She has missed the point of the story.
Yeah, I think she's
an idiot.
The way I took it was she is seeing the signs around her and everybody else is ignoring them. So she takes it upon herself. She's not going to wait for the water to kill her. She's going to take it upon herself and go out and find a way to survive. Because she's the one that notices everything that's a little bit weird, and she tries to bring it up to everybody, and they all just kind of, "Oh yeah, that's that boat. Yeah, that's cool. Oh look, yeah.
That's because her parents are bad.
Yeah,
and her older brother's kind of a dick.
Yeah, he's in his own little world.
Yeah,
but he's too busy.
His lonely creep world.
He's too busy looking at pictures on his phone.
So George and Clay take Archie to their neighbor Danny's house. Kevin Bacon. Finally!
Yeah, George knows him.
Yeah.
He did some work on his house, or?
Danny was the contractor who fixed up the vacation home.
Yes, okay. Yeah, Kevin Bacon. Finally, we get Kevin Bacon.
And now we get this really kind of tense gun standoff. George has his pistol. Danny has a shotgun. They're hoping that Danny has medicine, and he's like, "What I have is mine. I'm looking after my own. You get the fuck out of here." And we get this end of the world kind of standoff situation.
How good was Ethan Hawke here?
Oh yeah,
everybody. Shit.
This might have been the best performance I've ever seen Kevin Bacon give.
Kevin Bacon, I love Kevin.
But
Bacon.
Ethan Hawke was the standout.
Man, he was so good here when he's trying to plea with Danny, and he got in the middle of them two with their guns drawn, and he's spilling his guts like I'm a shit man. I don't know shit. He's like, "Please help me. Don't let my son fucking die. We need this." He goes, I don't even know how to unfold a map. And Danny's like, "Well, yeah, but nobody knows how to fold a map." And he's like, "I know. I got two of them in my glove box."
But eventually tensions settle and we learn that now the country is being swept with conflicting information about what's going on.
Yes.
All the while, Amanda and Ruth are looking for Rose. They go out to a shed that Archie and Rose had found earlier.
I still don't understand that shed thing.
And Ruth is beset upon by hundreds of deer from earlier, to which Amanda runs over to save Ruth, and they all start screaming at the deer, and the deer eventually leave, even though there was a really weird contrived standoff with like an alpha deer. And I'm just going, what is this?
Like Mufasa coming out of the
What is
crowd.
this?
Oh. I laughed out loud when Amanda came running over there to Ruth, and they both just start screaming and throwing their hands up. I fucking laughed out loud.
Yeah.
And that's not good.
No.
I just kept thinking, I'm like, these two, there's nothing there, the actor wise. There's nothing there, but these two are just flailing and screaming like morons.
That's acting.
And I mean, yeah, that's acting, but it just made me laugh.
No, my issue is this deer story goes nowhere.
That's this
Ruth,
whole thing.
Not Ruth. Rose talks about deer. She sees deer once, talks about deer all the time. Then we get more deer, and it's like, oh, are these deer vicious? Are they going to attack? No. What was the point of this?
Nature?
So, all the while,
Don't know.
we go back to Ruth, who made it to a neighbor's house, and the neighbors had an emergency bunker built, and it's like the ultimate end of the world survival shelter. And she tells no one where she is. She tells no one. The movie leaves off with us assuming that Rose leaves everyone to die and never tells anyone anything.
Well, you got a point there, yes.
Because she's complaining obnoxiously so, unbelievably so, unrealistically so, that she can't watch the final episode of Friends. And amongst the giant DVD wall in the shelter, there were all the seasons of Friends, and she was able to watch the last one. Oh no, we get to see Amanda and Ruth watching a mushroom cloud erupt in New York.
Yes.
Credits.
So I love that wall of DVDs.
Oh, what was it? Anna was like, "There's Gilmore Girls." I was like, "Next to Die Hard." It was definitely, if you're a cinephile, you could just pause and look at what everything they picked out.
I was like, oh,
I think I saw Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, there's lots of cream of wheat as well. In that bunker,
in the food, food
pantry.
Bowflex.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know, would a 12, 13-year-old girl behave this way or do any of this? I have a hard time believing that any 12 or 13-year-old would just abandon their family like this.
Well, they didn't do a very good job of it, but as much as she's kind of ignored, and even then it's not overly ignored, it's just kind of, oh yeah, that's cool. And
the movie portrays it as, oh yeah, she has lackluster parents.
Yeah.
Not like, this is my chance to escape.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Yeah, they didn't do a very good job of...
Period. They didn't do a very good job.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else before we move on? I think we're there. We've hit credits.
The only thing I want to talk about is the use of color in this movie.
Okay.
So at the beginning of the movie, when Ethan Hawke wakes up, that wall of blue.
Yeah.
The car they're driving is blue. They all have blue in their apparel. When they go to the beach, you have the blue sky, the blue water. Blue is one of the things it represents is stability. And at the end of, so we get this chaos in the middle of the movie. And then at the end, when she's watching TV and she just kind of, Rose, was it Rose? Yes.
Yeah.
As she's watching her last episode of Friends, throughout all this chaos, her face is covered with the blue tint
from the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's back in her stable environment.
She has her technology back.
She has her
comfort
back. Then they use the color red, which, is danger and unknown and all this. Like that hallway where she's walking down to that door to the bunker. That hallway's all red. The door to that person's house is red. I like that. I always like that shit when they throw in the different colors to represent different things. And I like trying to break that down. But
you should really read a book.
I do. The other thing I noticed too, did you notice that the picture in the painting in the living room of GH's house, did you notice it changes?
I don't think so.
It changes 3 times.
Okay.
The first time when the family gets to the house, the picture it's like a heartbeat monitor. It's
okay. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and then the second act, it changes. It's a little more distorted.
Okay.
But then the final act, before they leave, and everybody does their own thing, and they go get medicine for Archie. It's completely different, and it's all jumbled up, and it's representing the chaos that they are going through at this moment. And then also, too, the bedroom had a mural on the wall of the ocean. And throughout each different acts, that water on the wall would get higher to the point where in the final act where he's pulling his teeth out, that water's up higher than the entire rest of the people. I just thought that was super cool.
Sure.
Just shows subtly the chaos that they're going through.
It's a little pretentious and unnecessary, though.
Yeah,
I know. I get the building chaos enveloping the characters. I'm watching the movie.
Yeah, but honestly, I didn't notice it.
Now the tranquil blue and then the red hallway. That's cool. Playing with the color palette, I like. This picture thing.
It was weird to me because at first I was thinking, wait a minute. Is this? Don't tell me this is going to be a dream. Like this is going to be Ethan Hawke's dream.
Yeah.
Because this shit's all changing. Like, please don't fucking do that. That's so dumb. I hate that. But they didn't.
No.
And they really didn't do anything.
No.
That's more irritating. I would almost rather him just wake up in bed and be like, oh.
Because at least then the movie would have done something.
Something. Yes.
So are you ready?
Ready.
Ratings. IMDb gave Leave the World Behind a 6.4. While Rotten Tomatoes gave it a... Go ahead.
That's fair.
Gave it a 74% for a grand total of 138.
Too high.
Yeah, 74 is too high, right?
Too high. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a solid 6.2.
Ebert.com.
Yay!
Leave the World Behind is absorbing, particularly in its character-driven motifs and actorly prowess. It remains distant, emotionally withholding a human element. While emotionally withholding a human element. 2.5 stars.
What?
Half a star better than Die Hard.
Okay, wait a minute. The words don't match the rating.
Do they ever? It's absorbing, particularly in its character-driven motifs and actorly prowess. It remains distant, emotionally withholding a human element. Saying like none of these people, or I took it as like these people aren't believable as people.
Okay.
2.5.
Roger.
No, it's Ebert.com.
It's Ebert.com. RogerEbert.com.
The Guardian. Leave the World Behind is a cracking film, a provocative, superbly acted action drama that combines big-hitting ambition and spectacle with just enough humor to temper the whole end of civilization meltdown scenario. 4 out of 5 stars.
What in the hell is wrong with The Guardian?
Well, can I bring up a nitpick?
Did it hit its head?
Possibly.
Go ahead.
You know what I found to be the common thread in many of the reviews for Leave the World Behind?
What is that?
Everyone praising this movie's executive producers.
Okay.
I'm not political. I don't say this politically. I don't care about these people. I don't care about anyone in politics. But a lot of the reviews spend a lot of time kissing some Obama ass.
That's weird to me.
And I think that's why a lot of are like, oh no, the Obama, it's just, there's a weird light, a weird positive light shown on this movie because of that. For some, not all, but for some, there's, yeah. And I was like, that's weird. Is that weird?
That's weird.
That seems weird.
That is weird.
But yeah, 4 out of 5 for The Guardian. So before we get into final thoughts, Tevis, do you have any awards to give out?
I have 4.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, okay, I'll take that back. I have 1.
Okay.
The Morpheus Award for Best Dressed.
Yes.
Mahershala Ali.
Oh, obvious.
Every outfit he is in, he looks fucking phenomenal in that.
That's true. I have the Morpheus, the Roger Murtaugh Award for being too old for this shit. Gonna give it to Danny. Because he's like, get the hell out of here. I don't care about any of you people.
Yeah. I like that one.
I also have the Halle Berry Award for worst line/line delivery. I'm giving it to Rose and her man on a roof story. Her brain-dead, friends-obsessed character has given us nothing up to this point to believe she's going to drop a fucking parable.
She's obsessed with TV, so.
And
she ripped it from West Wing. So
it's done like shit. And she got the point wrong. I hated this. I turned to my wife and I was like, what the hell is that? Hated it.
The only other thing I have is the Shelley Duvall. It's fine.
Archie. All right.
Yeah.
Favorite part of this movie?
I have 2.
No,
I have 2.
Heart.
I have 2 parts.
Like down, like you have 2
No,
parts?
I'm not. No, I'm not hermaphroditic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I really, the visuals, the boat, the plane, the car, the Teslas, all of those were really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that boat, man. I can't get over that boat. That fucking thing just blew my mind.
It was sand, Tevis. Get over
I know. It was just the way they were composed in front of it. You didn't see any kind of weird outline. It was just really well done. But it's Mahershala Ali. He was the best part of this movie for me. I love this guy's acting. He is so damn good. And I cannot wait for him to be Blade. Please don't fuck this up.
Did they cancel that?
That's why I don't know. I haven't heard anything definite, but just get your shit together, Kevin Feige. You have Mahershala Ali
Fahey.
Faggy, Figgy.
Careful.
I don't care. Fig Newton. I don't give a shit.
Going fat. No.
No. Kevin Fatty.
Okay, ooh, we're towing a line.
No, I don't. Get your shit together. Best part for you.
The Tesla scene. It's shot from the point of view of inside their car. It's tense. It's cramped. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. That was a good part.
Worst part?
Story. It never pays off.
That's where I'm at. I'm just going to jump in with you. That's the worst part. This writing is terrible.
There were so many points where I would be sitting there and I'm kind of intrigued at what they were doing, but then it just never pays off.
None of them do.
No, and that's what irritates the shit out of me. And I get what they were going for. Like, there's so much misinformation and there's so many things we don't know about what might happen and blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Just give it to me. Give me a definite end. Like, I want to know something. I don't care. I just want to know something.
Mm-hmm.
That drove me insane.
There's a way to do ambiguity, and this isn't it.
Yeah, this is not ambiguity. This is just
irritating.
Hey, nothing.
Are we there?
Prop?
Pass. NA.
No.
No.
You want Archie's phone with all the
I want Archie's
photo.
I want Archie's teeth.
There you go.
No, I no. My answer is none.
Okay. I want the painting from the living room.
I don't care.
God, you spoiled sport. Play the game.
This movie didn't have any props.
You had the teeth.
You had creepy pictures on a phone.
You had Tesla broken mirrors. You had a ton of those. You had Kevin Bacon's shotgun.
But it wasn't unique. I was just like, yep, that's a shotgun.
Yeah. No, I get it. I had a hard time with it. That's why I picked the painting from the living room.
Sure. I'll agree with you. Just accept the agreement. Because I was like, nah, I got nothing.
Okay, are we there?
Trying to think of a prop now, but if you're Amanda, you just go for all the wine bottles.
The Jenga piece.
No.
The thing that Clay picked up to club the people at the door. That vase.
Yeah, the vase thing. Yeah. Sure. There we go. Vase club.
There you go.
I think we're there.
I helped you. You're welcome.
All right. Leave the world behind, Tevis. Final thoughts.
Man, I am conflicted on this.
I'm going to get the hat while you're talking. It's okay. I just noticed it's way the hell over there.
Why is it way over there?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Keep talking. I can hear you. Keep talking.
This.
Come towards the light.
Are you okay? Jesus.
I followed the guide wire they had in the thing back. I found it.
Good job.
They cut the rope on me, the bastards. Left me for dead.
They found your pants all destroyed in a trash can or something.
They got real pissed. I blew up the chess computer. Cheating bitch.
Okay, this movie has 3 great actors that do a great job. Julia Roberts is somehow at the bottom of those 3. I don't know the actress who plays Ruth. I don't know her from anything, but she was awesome. Her. I liked her a lot as this character. The character sucked. I hated the character at that one point. And at the same point you were talking at, she's just like, fuck all these people. It's just me and you, Dad. And he's like, no, come on, you got to help these people. But the actress did a great job. The times where her and Julie Roberts, I got it.
Nailed it.
Were together on screen, having their little sparring back and forth. She stood toe to toe with Julie Roberts.
Oh yeah.
The visuals in this are really good. The camera movements are really cool for about 15 minutes. And then it just gets headache inducing because it's always got to do a weird twist or a pan from looking from the top down and spinning. And it reminded me of the shot in iRobot where they got the camera to spin around. There was a point where I'm like, okay, quit. I'm going to vomit. The story sucks. I can't. I just can't. I get what they were going for. It was just poorly done, and nothing pisses me off more than to get me interested in something and then not deliver on anything. And then this movie did it multiple times, which pissed me off. So, is this movie worth the ticket price? No. It's as much as I want to say yes because of watching these actors do their thing. They all do a really good job. And as much as I want to say yes because of that and the visuals and the tense scenes that we get, there's 3 really good ones. Just it's the story is so disappointing. No, skip it. Cancel your Netflix subscription.
Whoa! This movie is so bad. You should cancel your Netflix.
I think I know where you're going.
I think everyone knows where I'm going. I don't want to dwell on this. It's not worth it. Is this movie worth the ticket price? No. Leave the World Behind sucks. The writing sucks. The directing sucks. The story sucks. I'd be willing to give the book a try just to see how wrong the movie got it. Or maybe the book sucks. I don't know. This is not an apocalypse movie.
No.
This is set up and explained as the United States is on the verge of being invaded. Some unknown force or forces has declared war and are enacting such a war plan as George explains at one point to Amanda that it's the most cost-effective way to fight a war, and that is to let the target tear itself to pieces before you move in.
Yeah.
War is not apocalypse.
No.
War is hell. War is unimaginably awful. War is not apocalypse. These are different things and different genres.
Very much.
So now, not only does everything this movie do, it does poorly, everything it tries to explain, it gets wrong.
Kind of a bait and switch.
No, because a bait and switch implies that the person doing it is aware that they're doing it. And I don't know if Sam Esmail is aware he did it.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I question his genuine ability to differentiate.
That's fair.
So he's not baiting and switching, he's just an idiot. And this movie made me mad. I'll have clear fundamental levels. Because it sucks, and it insults our intelligence, and it just meanders around pointlessly until the credits.
So,
Julia Roberts very awkwardly says the F word multiple times. Ethan Hawke's character is a limp wiener, and Mahershala Ali is reduced to exposition spouter.
Yeah, he kind of was at the end. Definitely.
Once we get through the awkward introduction of the door, he ceases being a character. And he just turns into, oh, I'm just here to explain things.
Yeah, he kind of does.
And that sucks.
You're not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. You're right.
So I wash my hands of all of this. and I'm moving on.
So leave this movie behind.
Yes.
I agree.
And no, technology is not the devil. Just like anything else, use responsibly. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Hat time.
That time.
Here you go.
It's not my turn. I pulled
Damn
this
it.
shit.
Oh, you best. You.
Yeah.
You are the reason.
I'm the reason.
All right. I don't like that one. It looked dusty.
And Die Hard 2, probably.
I think it was.
Shit.
I don't know. I didn't look, but if I had to guess. What are you, Danny? Folding art? Ninja.
Make sure I crumpled that up really tightly.
All right. Huh?
Okay.
You guys want to see a grown man pee his pants with glee?
Die Hard 2?
No.
Oh. Hint?
Michael J. Fox. Christopher Lloyd.
Hell yes. I was like, how many Michael J. Fox movies do I have in
Teen
there?
Wolf.
I know Teen Wolf is in there.
Is it really?
It is, and I know Casualties of War is in there. I put both of those in. But we're doing Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, everybody.
Hell yes.
There we go.
Back to the Future worth the ticket price. We don't even have to watch it.
I'll just pull a different
Yeah.
one. No, maybe we're wrong. We got to look at it objectively, set your nostalgia aside, and focus on the moment.
All right. If this movie or if this podcast ruins Back to the Future for me, I'm done.
It's a show over.
The show's over. I'm deleting it off of Spotify.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's
Okay.
to tune in next week for episode 94.
Nice.
Back to the Future.
I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward to this. Hell yeah.
A hot minute since I've seen Back to the Future.
Me too.
I think I've seen 3 the most out of all of them.
Really?
I feel like 3 was always on TV.
Yeah, there was a stretch.
There was a stretch where it was just 3.
Yeah.
I've seen 2, I think, once, maybe twice.
2's the least watched one for me.
Yeah, me too.
I know the first one is the one I watched the most.
And then the first, but yeah,
Yeah.
3 is definitely the one I have the most history with. Because again, there was like a couple years where it was just, yep, there it is.
Yeah, it was like Back to the Future 3, Shawshank Redemption,
Die Hard
and then
2.
Back to the Future 3 again. It was like, God dang. Come on, TNT, show something new.
USA always had it on there. Yeah.
USA. I forgot about USA.
All right, then. Are you ready to close the
Let's
book on this one?
Close the book
All
on
right.
this.
Leave the world
Shit.
behind. Unanimously not worth the ticket price. Just Netflix. If you see the Netflix banner on a film, just move on by. Just don't stop. Just keep on going.
9 times out of 10.
Oh my God.
Just watch Rebel Ridge and The Ritual, and then that's it.
If you really like Michael Fassbender, The Killer. It's okay.
Yeah,
It was worth the ticket price.
Yeah, you'll watch it once and be like, okay.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying rewatch it, but if you've never seen it and you like Michael Fassbender, yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone, I'm Jake. That's Tevis. We are Ticket Price. And this is the moment where we'd like to inform you, we've got the merch store. We've got Patreon. That's what it's called. $3 a month subscription on that bad boy. Shut up. Be sure to like and or subscribe depending on what you're. And Tevis will be doing the outro. Tevis, take it away.
Thank you so much for listening. Have a good night.
Nope.
It is. I did it.
That you didn't do any of it.
I did it.
You plugged nothing. You didn't even say the actual exiting line.
Oh, sorry. Hey, we got shirts and shit. We got Patreon and shit.
Follow and shit.
I'm Jake. That's Tevis.
Oh, wait, hold on.
I'm Tevis. That's Megamind.
No, I have no hair. I'm Tevis.
Oh, sorry.
Megamind, what a dick! You guys are gonna get. Hold on. You're gonna give me a complex. Hold on. I'm gonna go full Lloyd Christmas. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
There, is that better?
Hey, you want to know what the most annoying sound in the world is?
Good day, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie. I'm Jake. That's Tevis. We're taking price. Like, follow, share it around. Stay tuned. And as always, the most important part, the genuine part, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and good night. Dick. Such a dick. I'll murder you.